Anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good, and today we're going to be talking about why none of the Supernova are trash. So there's a problem in our community, our beautiful wonder community, that I call trash point culture. That is when you point to a specific character and deem them trash because you A, don't want them to be good, or B, you just haven't seen them yet, so they're automatically trash because they've only appeared in 2 chapters of the story, when you have no basis for saying that, and even if those 2 chapters gave them hype, nah, they trash just because. That's illogical to say the least, and I always kind of found that annoying. But today's video, as I said, is about why none of the Supernova are trash. Well, we know some Supernova aren't trash, right? You got Law, you got Luffy, you got Zoro, and even Kid, even though some people say Kid is trash, even though he's definitely not. But some people, or most people rather, are gonna go and say things like, Bonney is trash. When we ain't seen Bonney do nothing. All we saw her is use her devil fruit. We have no basis of saying she's trash, but yet she's trash. None of the Supernova are trash, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, the Supernova were created to be as a balance to the Straw Hat Pirates. So the Straw Hat Pirates would have rivals, and there would be balance. Oda wanted somebody to grow up with Luffy, like pirates to grow up with Luffy, be part of his quote-unquote generation. Now, I'm not saying they're stronger than Luffy. I think the only Supernova equal or pushing equal to Luffy is Kid, and I'll probably get into more on that in a minute. But that's my point. The Supernova were made to balance Luffy. But for some reason, people just don't want to accept that there are pirates who could rival Luffy who aren't Yonko or something. So even Zoro and Sanji. So we all remember pre-time skip Zoro and Sanji were always just beating everybody. Luffy was beating everyone. And then New World came. Everybody was hyped. They're like, oh, Zoro and Sanji always beat guys too easily. Fishman Island came. They're like, oh, well, Fishman Island was just the flex. Well, now Zoro and Sanji are gonna actually have trouble. We get to Punk Hazard. They're not having any trouble. People are annoyed. Then Sanji has trouble with Virgo, and suddenly he's trash when that's what you wanted? We wanted for Zoro and Sanji not to be special anymore, and as soon as they became not special, people started calling them trash. When Sanji had trouble getting out of Whole Cake Island and needed the Vinsmoke's help to get to the ship, he's suddenly trapped. This is the new world, they're not special anymore. That's what we wanted. And even when Killer took out Zoro, or not took him out, when they took each other out, people were trying to justify it by saying, oh, well, Killer had help, blah, 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 blah. This is the new world. Zoro's not necessarily special anymore. Killer, even if he's not as strong as Zoro, isn't trash. He's still strong. He was strong enough to take Zoro out, even if Zoro did have a teeny bit of help. My point is, the new world is a place where they have rivals, where they're not special anymore, and the Novas are some of those rivals. So even with Kid and Luffy, I do believe they're equal because of all the betrayal and the fact that the first hands took each other out. I think that's more foreshadowed to that, and I made a whole video on that, so I'm not really going to get into that. But even that, I feel like a lot of the reason people get on the Kid hate bandwagon is because they don't want somebody being equal to Luffy unless they just want to gas up Zoro. And it's just kind of annoying because this is what the Novas are. The Novas were created to make the Straw Hats not necessarily super special and way above anyone who isn't a Yonko or an Admiral or something like that. The Novas are their balance. The Novas are the pirates who may not be quite as strong as the Straw Hats, or maybe some of them are as strong as the Straw Hats, but they're all around the same level, so none of the Novas are going to be trash. It's my belief that all the Supernovas are really close down the line, so even from Luffy to Bonney, if Bonnie's the weakest, just saying Bonnie's the weakest, I've said we have no basis for saying that, so I'm actually not even going to do that. Just the weakest Supernova, whoever that may be, it is my belief that Luffy would take the most out of mid-diff. I don't think any Nova is going to low-diff any Nova. I just don't think that's the thing, because they were created to be their rivals, their balance. That's why none of them are going to be trash, because people just don't want to accept that the Straw Hats aren't special anymore, and that the Straw Hats are going to have competition around the same level as them, and that's why they'll just call some Novas trash, or say, oh, Kid's trash, we haven't seen him do anything, even though Kid's the only other Nova with Concourse Hockey. He's fought Kaido, possibly Shanks. I believe Shanks was the one who took off Kid's arm because of past interactions, like Shanks wanting to fight Ace himself. That's just kind of the thing Shanks has been shown to do. But even if it wasn't Shanks himself, he's fought 3 Yonko crews, 1 Yonko, he's got Conqueror's Hockey, the only other Nova with Conqueror's Hockey, but he's still trash. And even just going to the Kid and Luffy for a bit, I know I said I kind of stave off from that, but I just want to say this quickly. I know that in Sabaody Archipelago, there was Law and Kid. Once that happened, it was my belief that either Law or Kid is going to be Luffy's rival. But then Law became Luffy's friend. Like, not Luffy's subordinate, but his friend. So I don't believe that Law's gonna be Luffy's rival anymore, because he's Luffy's friend. And then Kid's the only one left, and Kid's got things Law doesn't have, like Conqueror's Hockey, like Hype, like, Kid just kinda has the traits and the build up to be Luffy's rival. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, Blackbeard is Luffy's new world. No, he isn't. Just think about it. Blackbeard is leagues above Luffy right now. Leagues upon leagues. Luffy has to step up to Blackbeard. Blackbeard is not growing with Luffy. He's growing, but he's growing above Luffy. Blackbeard is more of the antagonist than the rival, because he's just much stronger than Luffy and will be for a pretty long time. So Kid, or any Nova, I believe it's Kid as I said, would be the one to grow with Luffy and be his rival. But just getting back to the main topic at hand, that's what I'm saying. The Novas are his rivals. They are there so Luffy isn't special. Like even the Yonko crews, when Sanji's struggling with Oven and Daifuku, and people are going, this is the new world. They're not special no more. I don't know why that's so hard to accept. People said they wanted it, and then once it happened, they got mad. They get mad when Killer took out Zoro, and Zoro took out Killer when it was kind of a tie. And then they're like, oh, Killer's trash. He's so weak. Yukamaru's pulled up, so Zoro's like... Even if Zoro's a little bit strong, it's the new world. You're gonna have rivals. You're gonna have people who are as strong as the Straw Hats. That's what we wanted. So why are we mad when it happens? Why are we calling the Supernova trash? Because they're stepping up. Why are we calling Hawkins trash and saying Zoro would beat him mid-diff even though he was fighting Zoro and giving Zoro a ton of trouble, and people got upset at that? Like, chill. So that's why the Supernova aren't trash, and that's why it's stupid to say they're trash with no basis whatsoever, just because you don't want them to be as strong as the Straw Hats, even though you said you wanted them to be. So yeah, it's just kind of a rantish video, but yeah, just summary. Supernova aren't trash, they're the rivals to the Straw Hats. Don't be upset when the Straw Hats have people who are on their level, and people of their own generation who are on their level. And of course, they are the main characters, so they're still going to be around the top. Like, Luffy's still going to be the strongest Supernova, unless Kid's as strong as him. But he's not going to be low deathing any Nova. Not right now. He's not going to be low deathing any Supernova. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my content, and only if you enjoyed my content, like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications for more One Piece content, and I will see you in the next video. And also share this video if you feel like doing that. Peace.